Good morning, Sunrise Videos. Look who's prepared to win today. We are. How did you guys sleep last night? The key to doing selfie videos is to not look at the screen, too distracting. Focusing on the lens and having information flow. Is this vibe comedy? Is this vibe sesh? Is this vibe coding? It turns out it's all three of those things. What I did in preparation to win is I went ahead and prepared to wear my lanyard, College World Series. When I first heard this phrase, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, how can you guys be that excited about going to College World Series when it's a World Series for college? Now that I understand what's going on, I have a little bit more respect for College World Series. Is this similar to being able to... Yes, I actually have hair. That was a question from yesterday. Has that ever happened where you've gone from not knowing something into then knowing something, and then you kind of became humbled because people were smarter than you prior? This is where we get to enjoy other people helping us laugh while we see things that are unexpected. And that's specifically what comedy is. It's an interruption of the expected. It's a way that we can read ahead in the book, even though we're not super great at reading books. Reading ahead in the plot is, hey, I want to watch this movie. Don't spoil the plot for me. Now, with vibe comedy and vibe coding, oh, I want you to spoil the plot. I'm never going to experience College World Series. I'm never going to experience College World Series. Therefore, just tell me what I need to know had I gone to Austin Startup Week. Tell me what I need to know so that way I don't need to read the book. This is the state of this comedy session, in addition to saying good morning to Brandon Hanks. Good morning, buddy. How are you? This video, while being stand-up comedy, is also heckle me or ask me anything. That's the flow for being able to simultaneously read comments, sometimes troll comments, sometimes terrific comments. Is the ratio of good to bad 1 to 8? I don't know. Depending on how this video goes, right? So, we're going to laugh as we recap some of the genius things that maybe we could benefit from in a fun way, which is what? Google I/O. Before WWDC. What's Google I/O? It's Google selling you a slew of things that are 1/4 baked. That's a little bit of a Silicon Valley feel, because we don't necessarily want to buy things ever. We don't necessarily want to invest ever. This is true. This is Cowboy Larry dropping a slew of street smart things that they don't teach you in school. Hi, I'm Larry Chang. I teach you things that I want to learn that they didn't teach me in school. That's why my channel is what they don't teach you in school. $250 a month. That's what Google's trying to charge us for their suite of artificial intelligence. While that sounds like a lot of money, it is a lot of money. Let's put on our cowboy hats. Yes, a Chinese person born in New York wearing a cowboy hat in Silicon Valley, where we invest and allocate $0 to any project. We never want to think that it takes money to make money. What we want to do is take things that exist already, whether you're 7 years old or 27 years old, realizing that it doesn't take money to make money, realizing that software ate the world. Oh, where's the comedy portion of this? Oh, the comedy's coming. Let's go. It is completely laughable that companies want to charge us $250. The comedy of that is the value that those things bring is nearly infinite. We just need to get better at asking questions. We just need to get better at prompting. We just need to get better at preparation. And so some of us may not have graduated college yet. This is the cheat code for getting into college, graduating fast, and then moving on with your life. Are we ready? Grab a pen. PQRST. PQRST. This is an expansion where I've teased the concept before. Now I'm going to give you the full course. No paywall, no subscription, no inner sanctum. It's just hard-hitting cheat codes on Vibe PQRSTing, getting you into flow so that way you take this video and say, wow, this is the most valuable video that I've been able to experience here on YouTube. It's like attending the College World Series right there from behind your screen. Let's go. P, preview. P, preparation. P, prompt. In the same way that this video has a structure to it that is unknowing to you, because I did not previously publish a syllabus or an agenda, being able to preview what's going to happen at Austin Tech Week is something that's uniquely valuable within the construct of PQRST. Where's the funny component of that? Good morning. Where's the hilarious thing? Is that this is why Chinese people are good at math class, because we take math class before math class. If you're entering Paramount Lodge movie studio, if you're entering that for the first time, you're going to be at a disadvantage versus a person who's done it, the Paramount Lodge, multiple times. Ditto math class. If you're coming into my math class and I'm a student and you're a student, and I've taken, good morning, Luke, how are you? Guten Morgen to you too as well. Buenos dias if you are Chinese, as I am. Math class before math class is like warming up 3-point shots Tray ball. That's 3 in Chinese. After preparation is cue question, which is prompting your brain to always ask questions during a speaker session where we're able to make this conversation two-way, even though the conversation is slightly one-way. That's the second component of PQRST, is asking good questions. That's the main barrier. That's the main skill of today's world, which is AI driven, AI controlled, AI influenced. Am I talking about artificial intelligence? I'm talking to you today about Asian intelligence. It seems like it's incredibly intelligent, but what is a Chinese person? It's doing PQRST, right back on topic, asking creative questions, asking imaginative questions. What if Coach Marc Marquez had a computer science degree from Stanford University? That's a question that you can ask, and then AI, Grok 3, freely produces a piece of information that can help push you through barriers. That's AI asking questions. Being creative in the ability to ask better and better questions is good comedy, but it's also good for our AI practice. Are we going to be surprised by using PQRST and this video to make money? What? You're going to go to stand-up comedy show, laugh your butt off, and make money? Well, what if you ask the question, Gemini, Google's AI, or Firebase, Google's AI. Firebase, James Tamplin's company that Google bought that turned into AI because it was ML, machine learning, not machine Larrying, which is possible. Hi, I'm Larry Chang. It's questions of what can I do with this genius supercomputer that's sitting in my pocket? Maybe your pocket computer you paid more than $800 for. Maybe that makes you a consumer of technology, but that AI in your pocket, artificial intelligence, Asian intelligence, ass intelligence, are you going to use it to make memes or see other people doing cool things? Or are you going to self-fund your trip to the College World Series? Maybe you're not a fan of college baseball. Maybe you don't even like college baseball because it reminds you that you're 2.5 years short of a 4-year degree. We can improve at getting a free trip by asking Grok 3, hey, I want to go to Sundance Film Festival. I want to go to Miami Music Festival for this EDM show. I want to go to Austin City Limits, Coachella. AI, how do I go for free? Memorial Day weekend's coming up. There's a cool 2-day conference for music that's in Las Vegas at Chow. Does this sound like it's $4,000 that you don't have? Kinda. Maybe you do have $4,000. What if you had that $4,000 and were like, you know what? I think I'm going to just save that money, hang out, and do a staycation. But next year, what if I asked Grok 3 over on Twitter, hey, how do I go to Miami Art Basel for free? Do I have ADHD? No. This is staccato bursts of information that you guys can benefit from. Why? The R is read within PQRST. I'm giving you these things because the practice of me giving you these things allows me to do another repetition, to go through another iteration, so that way I get better at using AI. And then now this is flow state because when I help you, you help yourself, and then you send a thank you, and then I get better because I get intimidated by people that become better. That's what we're doing within PQRST. I use it as a tutor to study for work. I use it as an interactive journal to clarify my thoughts. I get multiple projects open for different things I'm working on. People do undervalue it. Yes! Let's be friends. Hi. You don't have to tell me your real name. We'll just go with Moto Maggie. How are you? Thank you for your kind, considerate, insightful comment. You know what? I'm going to pin it. S summary within PQRST. This is, good job for listening this far, a cheat code for how to use AI to easily make over $1,000 per month. This is not a sales pitch. This is free information that I think is hilarious. Because remember when I said that Google Gemini costs a lot of money, or that Firebase for $0 a month costs a lot of money, combined with the Gemini $200, okay? It is a inside joke that if you're not making at least $500 a week or $500 a month, let's set the bar super low, what in the world are you even doing with AI, which is S summary? You can use AI to do summaries of content that I should be reading as an AI enthusiast that are not currently getting pumped into my email compiler, which is at Gmail or Superhuman. Yes. API it. Yes. Ooh, careful. So I'm going to read this comment aloud, and that way we can benefit from it in the tape delay, so that way you can see what I see, which is, dude, API it. It's so cheap that way, and you only pay for actual usage. The reason that you want to be careful with that is that somebody doesn't leverage a tool that I call external API, and it's throttled. So what you're tiptoeing into is the next comment that you might be saying, which you can clarify if I'm wrong, is, hey, Larry Chang, you should use the free version of blah, 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 right? And then you do the free version, and then you do trickle, where you're paying for overages. This is the same thing as when you pay for crappy phone service that isn't unlimited. Whereas if you just buck up and paid the unlimited, it turns out that data's not throttled, that Wi-Fi's not throttled, the API calls are not throttled. So you're struggling at the base layer for $0. You're struggling in competition with other people using it for $0. You're in struggle for access, use, where's the high hurdle bar? It's at $50 over at Grok 3, where that low bar, now you ask the question to test yourself, which is part of PQRST, preview, question, read, summarize, test, is now you test yourself to say, hey, is this $50 getting return on investment? Am I making $500 a week, $500 a month? Because the S summary is this: compiling, conscripting, concluding an email newsletter list for the stage of you that you are at. Meaning, all the things that I'm summarizing while going from YouTube video to YouTube video to YouTube video, summarizing and hanging out with, hi, how are you guys? Welcome, new people. Where we summarize using AI the things that we are curating. Why? Because other people aren't going from YouTube video to YouTube video, becoming better and better and better. This way, we do this model for your newsletter. If you want a co-founder of the newsletter, I will co-found your newsletter for you, with you, for zero. Meaning, I'm your non-employee co-founder, where you benefit from starting up this structure of newsletter. Come to my newsletter, grow with my newsletter, go forth and do cool things. Come, grow, go. What we're combining, come, grow, go, with PQRST is preview, question, read, summarize, test. So what, in essence, we're doing is turning every video into time flow positive. Is this similar to cash flow positive? Yes. Did you forget to laugh because it was so awesome? Maybe. When we do time flow positive, now we're in a perpetual cash machine that spits out more and more cash. How are you guys? Welcome to Stand-Up Comedy, where we're talking about Come, Grow, Go with an email newsletter where we're compiling and summarizing AI's new things while we're doing PQRST inside of an AI practice that is winning at artificial intelligence. Why? Because prior to acing artificial intelligence at the $50 level, we're going to be winning using this practice of this video where when was the last time you rewatched a YouTube video for knowledge nuggets and Easter eggs? You haven't. When was the last time you laughed and made money from a non-scam artist who's trying to wrangle you into multi-level marketing? Never. Because every YouTube influencer is like, kind of has a profit motive that you can't see. I have been on this business model of $0 free since college. Why? Because I mastered a book that other people have cursorily read, not very well, which leads us into AI, Chris Anderson, Freemium, Free Nation. With my mentor's books, Chapter 6, What They Don't Teach You at Stanford Business School. Yes, I mentored myself. With another book, What They Don't Teach You at Harvard Business School. That's another mentor. Did I write that book? No. Mark McCormack did. What They Don't Teach You at Harvard Business School. What did Mark McCormack teach me? The reverse rebate model. So even in the way future where you're like, oh, I really want to buy some legit services from you, that's not going to happen, because the way that you come to a free $800 or venture capital gala that I would host is you pay me $800, you're coming for free. But if you don't flake, you get the $800 back. Oh, but how do you make money? By arbitraging API calls. I'm not going to make money off of you. I'm going to make money off of computers talking to computers. Let's say you want a computer to measure cell phone number underwriting. Let's say you want a computer to measure risk when it comes to credit underwriting. That's an API call that you are now going to need to invest in. Or doing a company turnaround. If your company is currently at $6 and I help it become $12, you can just go ahead and keep the $6. But if we go from $62 million to $80 million, you better be giving me $2 to $4 million after the fact. After the fact. We don't have to enter a contract. If you go from 61 million to 80 million and you don't give me $2 to $3 million because I executed it for you, I'm probably not going to be your best friend moving forward. That's the money in the scope of YouTube. There is a earthquake of business change. Yeah, the economy's screwed. Yeah, minimum wage is not high enough. But guess what? Artificial intelligence is right around the corner. We get to benefit from this video. I've given you two constructs that are incredibly straightforward while being simple to do, while becoming way easier not to do it. Easy to do, easier not to do, which is PQRST. Where did I learn AI and how did I get to host the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest? How? By remembering Ms. Bacetto. Ms. Bacetto, she taught me how to speed read in the 4th grade. She was 5'10", super fluffy blonde hair everywhere, super big boobs. I sat in the front row because I loved Ms. Bacetto. And so we bonded because I was all in. I really liked Ms. Bacetto. And guess what she taught me? PQRST. I was her best student. I loved Ms. Bacetto. Maybe Ms. Bacetto loved me. I don't know, okay? But the important thing is that structure 2 is come, grow, go. This is going to be our one and done video. This video that you're not subscribed to or liking very much, that's okay, because I'm not an acquired taste. I am a acquisition of your brain on Chinese friend mode. I don't want to ask you an accountability question because it's right around the corner. How do you not have any Chinese friends? Seriously, how do you not have any Chinese friends? That's a hilarious question to me, because if you had a Chinese friend, you'd be exploding in the comments going, oh my gosh, thank you. I never thought that eventually me spending $50 in 90 days for Grok 3 is going to lead to me making $500. In fact, I ask this question twice a day when I manifest all this money, which is, hey, Asian Intelligence YouTube account, hey, how can I use these Larry Chang videos and artificial intelligence to make $500 per hour? Oh, I'm uncomfortable with the Lord blessing me with all this money. I just want to make $500 a month. Cool. Set the bar super low. Set the bar super low, because I set the bar at $28,800 per hour. Yes, I wanted to be a billionaire, and I reverse engineered, back calculated what that would be. Is this similar to this guy blowing my brain wide open when I was a kid? Yeah, that's why he sits with me in every location that I go to. This was given to me by Dan. Dan is a young kid who went with me to a baseball game, and we got a Marc Marquez bobblehead. Why does he humiliate me? Because of this truth. He told me about the College World Series. He told me about Stanford University. I laughed at him. I thought that the College World Series sounded like a joke. It sounded like some ripoff of the regular World Series. He said, we win College World Series. And I was like, so? What? That is the opposite of Asian intelligence. Somebody should have given me my first Chinese friend, where this guy, he was a little too nice to me. Whereas if he would have been Chinese, he'd have been like, listen, you retard. You got to just come here and then ace it. Don't go anywhere else. Going to the University of Illinois, biggest mistake ever. That's why I'm prepared. That's why I'm prepared. Look at how quickly my hair prepares. Somebody called me a pedo for having stuffed animals. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. Thank you. Thank you. It's like a magic trick because everybody thinks that I'm bald, and then I can even do this with a baseball hat. Starfish. Why is starfish funny? Because this is the logo for Layer 2 Venture Capital. Slap an animal on it, make it slay. Let me repeat that in case you didn't laugh and chortle out your coffee / hot water / green tea, which is slap an animal on it, make it slay. Slap an animal on it and make it slay. Is that the key to venture capital? Technically, it is. That's Layer 2 VC. It's almost like I prepared to make this video great, even though I'm on an old channel with sub 10,000 subscribers. That's okay, okay? That's okay that my number's small. That's okay. Layer 2 venture capital. Do you like how I never lose track? Am I using a teleprompter? No, it's ADHD and countermeasures. Did I hang out with two lovely ladies that working on ADHD where you get these conclusions? What if AI solved ADHD? Guess what? It did. During a Warren Buffett Super Bowl party in Houston, 2016. Let's freaking go. Why are you not liking and integrating yourself into this video? I don't understand, but that's okay. We're not here for likes. We're not. Because they don't call this like intelligence. They call this Asian intelligence. Let's proceed. Layer 2 is slap an animal on it and make it slay. Why is an animal important inside of artificial intelligence? Why is it important? I've never done this before, so it might be disastrous. Duck, deeply understood credit knowledge. I wasn't hesitant on whether or not I knew my own company name. I was just making sure that my ducky, who's named Dickie, wasn't in motion because his fluff is changing and I didn't want him to drop my mic stand. Duck 9, deeply understood capital knowledge. Did that just change, Larry? I think the duck likes you too. Thank you for the compliment on hair. Would you like to see the hair again? Let's focus. Deeply understood capital knowledge is our practice of using PQRST. Oh, did you use that already? Yeah, it's the one tool that makes you want to re-watch this video, transcribe it, slap it into AI, and say, hey, what was Larry Chang talking about here? How can I make $50,000? Grok 3. Hey, repeating the question for Gemini for the transcript for you. Hey, Gemini, Claude, Anthropic, OpenAI. I have a question about Larry Chang's transcript from May 22nd when he was talking about money. How can I use Larry Chang's entrepreneurship practice, PQRST, to make $58,005.50 per hour? Oh my gosh, that's gonna actually make me a billionaire before I turn 45. Well, you're the one saying billion, million, trillion as if it's $1, $2, $3. Let's take $58,005.50 per hour and slow it down a little bit and just go $58,005.50 per month. Oh, that's almost more money than I make per year. Okay, then let's do $58,005.50 per year extra by using this video. Pick your time frame. Let's say it's even 10 years, which is $5,000 per year using AI as a side hustle, augmented income. You can make $58,005.50 by going to College World Series every year. Using AI. I did it without using AI, without using my network and contacts, because somebody called me a scam artist years ago. People are constantly calling me a scam artist. Why? Because they don't want to realize that a library card is your tuition. Did I get into Stanford Business School for $3? Yes. I read a book that Irv Grousbeck wrote, and I used that book. Artificial intelligence. How did Larry Chang go to Stanford GSB, Graduate School of Business, Stanford Business School, for $3? Well, he bought a book and then he got in. There are some steps there that AI can generate for you. I think the dust from Dickie is like getting in my eyes. Or I'm emotional and crying. You pick. Let's say you don't believe that I'm a real person because I'm a Chinese cowboy with somehow perfect hair underneath a hat. Don't most people have hat hair? How do you not have hat hair? Dickie's hair, okay? It's blowing and it's causing me to think that I'm on a boat. Whoa! Are we on a boat right now? Oh, wait. Maybe it's not the wind. Maybe it's my hot air making Dickie seem like he's in motion. Right now, it feels like Dickie's flying. Let's say you don't believe that Larry Chang is real. Oh, you don't seem real. You seem like a robot, which half the comments on my YouTube video are, dude, you must be a robot. I'm actually a machine. I'm a money machine sent into the present to interact with your present. Have you seen Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator? He gets sent back in time to either have sex with your mom or introduce your mom to his boss that then has sex with your mom to make you into the protector of the universe. I think that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator movie series, all 9 of them compiled into one sentence. That's James Cameron, who directed Arnold Schwarzenegger. Put a pin in James Cameron, because that's a person that you think is real, because he made Titanic. Flowing and winning. This is another person who's near College World Series in Omaha. Why do I bring him up after talking about how I got into Stanford Business School for $3 whole, which is the number of new subscribers that this video got? This video should be getting me 4, but we'll just go with $3 for now. I want to refer to you page 127 and page 132 from the Warren Buffett, not Bible, biography. It is this. Three people: Warren Buffett, James Cameron, me, Larry Chang. Hi. How are you? I'm glad that we were able to hang out. What do those 3 people have in common? It has to do with the $3. This is the participant. Ooh, it's kind of creepy when it's kind of like he's actually here. This is creepy. This is the Q question component of the interactivity. What do those 3 people have? I'm alert. Dickie the Dust, his dust is literally flying right into my eyeball. It's like a dustbin. That's how you know that Dickie has never showed up. I think Dickie the Duck, the Duck 9 Duck, deeply understood credit knowledge, I think he's going to be a mainstay on future videos. Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club over on Instagram Live. Who's going to Miami and a slew of music festivals for free while not having a rich guy pay for your ticket? Exactly. You're paying for your own ticket and you're paying for my stuff too. There's a question that's on deck, which is focus. Warren Buffett, James Cameron, Larry Chang. What do those 3 people have in common? Is this the comedy of triples? Bitcoin vibe comedy at sunrise? Like, what kind of nerd thing are we doing in Las Vegas at the Venetian? I can't drag this out anymore. James Cameron, Warren Buffett, Larry Chang. What do we have in common? What do we have in common? Bitcoin people, at least chime in. Come on. YouTube people are going to be smoking you as far as interaction, amount of information learned, and amount of Bitcoin saved. Because we're not saving all this money that you're making in US dollars, and we're definitely not spending it. Oh no, we are not spending any of that money. Why? We're going to save 1 whole Bitcoin. You're not going to just make all this money just so you can buy a new minivan for your future pregnancy. His hair is even better without it actually, but it's a nice hat. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that other people have nicer hair than mine? What? How's that? Are you guys trying to troll me right now? Are you guys literally trying to troll me right now? Like, I I spent 2 milliseconds on my hair. Do you like my baseball injury? It makes it look like I have a hickey on my face. People will ask me, "Hey, do you want a hickey on your other side of your face?" I can't keep dragging this out. I can't keep dragging this out. What was Oh my gosh, you're not supposed to make me laugh. Stand-up comedy is supposed to go from here to there. Question for you guys, which is James Cameron, Warren Buffett, Larry Chang. Why? How? Why? Why, how, why? You guys. I'm going to repeat the question because it's that valuable. Because if you can answer this question, you'll be able to make way more than $50 per unit of time, or $58,005.50. The reason I'm using that is I'm making up an incredibly specific number for the YouTube, not algorithm. I DGAF about the YouTube algorithm. What I care about is AI learning this stuff and helping summarize it, because I'm about to drop $58,005.50 worth of knowledge, which is why I keep repeating it, so that way Claude, Anthropic, Eutropic, and Eucalyptus, and OpenAI with Grok 17 can scrape this, because if you ask the question, you'll get a great answer. James Cameron, Warren Buffett, Larry Chang. Why are those three mentioned in one breath without me even cackling or being embarrassed that I'm mentioning three legendary individuals as me banging my own hair, banging my own drum, promoting myself? Seriously. Warren Buffett, Larry Chang, James Cameron. Because that's the point of this video. Is that the giant, biggest teaser of all time? How did you guys find my channel? You guys are half watching this while you're multitasking other things. Oh my God. So you think Bitcoin will continue to hold value even though the Intel new quantum chip prototype, they're going to be the ultimate proof of work? You're lucky you landed into this video. I will answer that question. Oh, I busted you. I busted you multitasking. Busted. Hashtag busted. Don't multitask, because you're not going to be able to dual task Larry Chang, because you're actually ignoring James Cameron and Warren Buffett at the same time. Are they in the room with us? Yes, because we're using AI, Asian intelligence. I busted you on multitasking, so set your stuff down, go grab pen and paper, and let's cowboy up the answer to the question, which is James Cameron, Warren Buffett, Larry Chang. In fact, let's use one of the free versions of your AI to ask that question. What are James Cameron, Warren Buffett, and Larry Chang? How are those three related? This is a test. This is, I call, a pop test, because this is a pop test for literally billions of Satoshis. For sure, millions of Satoshis. I'm always multitasking. I'm not worried about making money. I'm here because your speaking pattern is entertaining. That's even better. So now that you don't need money and you just want entertainment, this entertainment is going to hit next level when you use the entertaining fact of bliss on a spigot, laughs on a command, entertainment at your fingertips, which is James Cameron, Warren Buffett, Larry Chang. Thank you for thinking that this speaking methodology is entertaining, and thank you for setting aside your need to make money. That's even better. Now we can just relax, have fun, and vibe hang, vibe flow, vibe momentum, vibe coding, vibrational. James Cameron, Warren Buffett, Larry Chang. Placeholder. Since you guys are just joining, I'm not going to berate the new people. I'm just going to give the new people who jumped in this giant knowledge nugget. Warren Buffett and James Cameron got into their respective colleges, Columbia Business School, USC Film School, Stanford GSB, for $0. Let me repeat that. Warren Buffett, page 127, page 132, got into Columbia Business School for free without applying. How? He wrote a letter to Ben Graham saying, I can't believe you're still alive. You're a living legend. I use your book all the time. How did Larry Chang? Hi, I'm Larry Chang. It's great to meet you for this very first video. And I always like meeting non-subscribers. Why? Because I know all 68 of my subscribers. I do. I know them all personally. A lot of them are related to me, which makes it curious when the page views are under 100 when I have nearly 500 relatives. Let's get into specifics on Warren Buffett's letter. Writing a letter to Ben Graham, professor, Columbia Business School. Hey, I can't believe you're still alive. That makes you a literal living legend. I use your book all the time. Response. Hey, come to, I like that, Vibe-inertia. Come to Stanford Business School for free. Come to Columbia Business School for free. Come to USC Film School for free. Warren Buffett, James Cameron, Larry Chang. We got on this topic where I said I got into Stanford for $3. Warren Buffett did the same thing, which someone brought up when I said Stanford for $3. They were using their AI, their Asian intelligence, Indian intelligence, which was, hey, Warren Buffett did the same thing. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go again with the Warren Buffett. Not a big Warren Buffett fan until I read about early Warren Buffett. Early Warren Buffett is cool. Early Warren Buffett is super cool. Page 127 talks about writing a letter in Omaha, University of Nebraska, not the good branch, in Lincoln. This dude went to University of Nebraska, Omaha. That's the crappier version. You don't know Chinese families, like we're all connected. which is us connected to Warren Buffett. I had no idea that he got into Columbia the same way that I got into Stanford, the same way that James Cameron also went to my film school, USC Film School. Retirement number 3, approximately. That's deeply understood crypto knowledge. That's Omaha with return on investment. That's Omaha for return on investment. Before going to Omaha. That's a pretty good video.